All right, let's see. What do we get? We got for our rare, we got Esper, legendary. No, thank you. We got Murder, Treasure, Treasure Dreader, the Beast Bond Outcaster, Slick Sequence. I think it's green until the cows come home. Hey, what's up, Keith? How you doing? And Snoops? Congrats on the 3-1 on your first Premier Outlaws of Thunder Junction draft. I heard you were in Naya. Very good. Man, my bot is going nuts. I put my bot in there so that I could try to help figure out who all is here for the first time and so I can say hello. I'm not sure I'm sold on it. But, you know, I don't think a welcome back message can hurt. Okay. I've also got a primal command. I think Miriam might just be stronger. However, it is in green-white, and maybe green-white gets cut. But I think I'm doing the green-white strategy until it's no longer working out. Technically the second time, okay. Well, we got 2 giant beavers in this one. Pretty good. Bounding Felidar as well. I think I'm going to actually take the Bounding Felidar over the giant beavers. I think they're close. Bounding Felidar is a little bit... I mean, it's an uncommon versus a common. I like it as a top end. Alright, so once upon a time, Snakeskin Veil wheeled. Don't think that time is anymore. Imagine the green-white cards are going to be gone here pretty soon. Gonna take the Snakeskin Veil, though. Let's see here. We got Requisition Raid. No green, so kind of getting cut. But we know, downside with going green these days is it's gonna start getting crowded. Blue seems undervalued, right? I mean, like pick 5 crabs, kind of interesting. I think I'm okay with taking the stagecoach security here. Okay, so that's a pretty good sign to me that we should probably try pivoting here. Green-white has been overdrafted. It has happened. So now we've got a debate between Canyon Crab and Stop Cold. And I think I'm going to go with the Stop Cold. Could also go into black. Oh, but now here's a whole bunch of white. Do we stay the course or do we make a pivot? I think I could see taking the keykeeper here too. Because we got, you know, but I felt like this. I feel like this set has, you know, you can get away with a lot of top end and be okay. Reach for the Sky. I'm not impressed with Sheriff of Safe Passage. If we end up in Simic, the jailbreak scheme is okay. Or I could just rare draft and take the gems. I'm not sure our pivot is very secure yet, so I'm going to take the jailbreak scheme in case we have to do something here. All right. Beekeeper here on the wheel is pretty good, so white's open. Green's going to be a little bit hard to get into, but white's seems okay. There's a Forsaken Miner here, too. Okay. Yeah, green-white's my jam. I like green-white a lot. But, I mean, there's a Loan Shark here, too, so I'm getting signals that blue is probably the most open. Canyon Crab on the wheel? I mean, Canyon Crab's, like, pretty decent. And then we got a Duelist of the Mind, too. The Holy Cow and a Giant Beaver. Green-white until it doesn't work. I think I like the desert fixing here instead of... We could take Beaver. It might be right to take Beaver. We got 8 creatures. Yeah, Holy Cows, and then we steer clear as well. But I think I'm going to take the green-white desert. Here, we just go for mount synergies with the Drover. Yeah, nothing else really interesting here. Probably... I mean, there's another reach for the sky as well as the bluffs. No, green-white doesn't really care about crimes. It's more just so that I don't have to be on a 9-8 split mana-wise. Makes it easier to cast Miriam on turn 2. Not even that we want to cast Miriam on turn 2. But that, that sort of thing. Could be right to take the creature over the desert. All right, throw from the saddle. That's definitely making it in the deck. We've also got a Beast-Spawned Outcaster, which would be nice to take. But I think we gotta take the first throw, especially because we're a little low on interaction. Aloe Alchemist. We've got the Naturalist too. Conduit Pylons would be okay fixing. And the Surveil on this is not bad. I've liked this even if you're not really splashing. All right, now we're cut out again. But that's okay. Now I'm just going to take the rare because we've already gone. I guess I'll take the Abrupt Decay. This probably shows up less often than this. Step Between Worlds? Not sure which one to take as far as like the news goes. Like if the list cards show up more or less often. There's an Outlaw Medic. We could also splash, form a posse. Got Gardener. Fixing isn't great. Play around with the idea of maybe playing form a posse. Yeah, and then here we're cut out again. Maybe we play the Arid Archway. Probably not. Okay, and we got another reach. Don't like the Armadillo or the Inventive Wingsmith, but we're okay on creatures. I'm gonna try these out. I've been losing, I've been losing to flyers, and I don't think I'm alone. I think getting reach, especially when you're in green, is pretty good. Nice. Take 13 conduit pylons, that's good. How's your day going, Shock? Merc? Christmas? How you doing, everybody? Alright, we got a Goldvein Hydra. After that, we've got a Mystical Tether. We don't have enough removal in this deck, so that could be good. We do have Reach for the Sky and Snakeskin Veil, so we're like, we've got some non-creature spells, but like, I'm not passing the Hydra. It's not happening. We got a lot of good green-white options in this pack. I think that's partly why green-white is so good, is that, like, it's relatively deep. So not only, like, is it good, but it's also deep. Smuggler's Surprise. I think I like it for the third option, for like a Snakeskin Veil for 2. And then like maybe it can also cheat out some value. We're not really saying goodbye to anything either. We could play Fierce Retribution, Wanted Griffin. These are acceptable. Ankle Biter, I don't really want to play. Well, I mean, it at least costs 2. Right, Megadan? But yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's like it's decent enough card draw. We don't have any removal. We are very removal light. So we'll see how this goes. We could splash for back for more. But I think I'll just take the Paladin. Yeah, and I want this number to be about 10. And right now we're at 7. Well, hello. Second Miriam. We don't need removal. Everything just has hexproof. That's how that works, right? Go with Miriam here. Probably take up the shield. Could take the Bridled Bighorn if we're gonna be. We're okay. We're at an acceptable amount of creatures. It's not great, but like it's acceptable. And take up the shield's been something that I'm always afraid my opponent has. The intervention, bovine intervention. We're just going to be playing a linear strategy where we like it's very difficult for them to cast removal on me, right? And if we come up against bombs and we lose, then that's that. It's just we're not seeing a lot of not interaction, right? We're gonna be low on interaction, but Keykeeper's good here. Still looking for one more playable. Probably Betrayal. Betrayal of the Vault is risky, but kind of completes everything that I'm looking for. Gives me 2 interaction in 1. I don't want to play Lullaby, but I probably will just play another desert. I feel like the 1 damage off of the deserts has been relevant even when you're not splashing for that color. It's because I've been kind of disregarding the turn 1, turn 2 spot. So it's kind of the strat. Wow, okay, so we got 3 Keykeepers. Nice. Gold Pan could work in a pinch as well. Probably don't play 2 Gardeners, so could probably take Vault Progress here, but we'll think about it. Now we're just going to take from the left. Again, probably going to play all of the deserts that I grab. We didn't really get any desert payoffs, though, right? Sometimes you get some green cards that care about deserts, like the cactus, cactarantula and such, right? We didn't get any. Ah, Snoops, yeah, it's the downside. So generally, your win rate will be highest if you're in a mono-colored deck, although you have to be in an open lane, and the set has to support it. Your second most likely to win archetype is going to be 2 colors, because you don't lose, like, across all sets, playing more than 2 colors decreases your win rate by about 3%. And that's because you're going to have these moments where it's a dead card and you don't have the mana to cast it. It just has to happen, what, 1 in 30 games or whatever, 1 in 33 games. And it will. So, something that's partly why I don't splash very often is that I like to play 2 color focused decks, because it does decrease the amount of games that I lose to not having the mana that I need. So I think our best card in the deck right now is Throw from the Saddle or Miriam. Kind of gonna make Throw from the Saddle the key. Our number of mounts is 5, which is a little bit on the low side. Definitely not like week 1. Our weakest card is probably the 2 Oasis Gardeners. But then are we actually going to be able to play Form a Posse? There's no other fixing in this, right? And also, I'm not sure it's strong enough to splash, so let's get Form out of there. Then we have any up? I guess we're going to play one of these, even though we're not splashing for anything. Feels kind of sketchy. And then as far as the lands go, I'm not sure the Sandstorm Verge is what we want to do. And I'm not sure the Arid Archway. Get rid of the colorless lands. And then the green and white deserts, I think, are okay. And then Surveil, like the Conduit Pylons for the Surveil. This gives me a 10-9 split on green-white. Gives me 16 creatures, 7 non-creatures. Yeah, it's not amazing, but I think this will be it. If we had better red fixing specifically, I could see running the Form of Posse, but it's kind of a fun one. Oh, we gotta name it. This one's clearly going to be called Green White Throw. Nice. Hey, the vault's great because you get common wild cards, and common wild cards are the real win, right? All right, so we have a turn 3, turn 4. Technically, we can plot this on turn 2, then we can cast Throw. It's not great, but it's okay. Might as well plot it, we're doing nothing else. We're going to plot this so that on turn 3, we play it and have mana open to do nothing. Okay, Emergent Haunting. I think we play this just to develop the board. Megadan, you would have passed. For the card draw, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, I think on turn 2 and turn 3, they're pretty hard to justify not doing anything until turn 4. Could go for throw from the saddle here. You can. It's certainly it's a question, right? A lot of decks in this format explode on turn 5, and you could just like tempo everything out and then explode on turn 5 if you wanted to. I'm almost tempted to play this out so that we can play Felidar next turn. And then if this dies, we can play this. Because like plotting this just feels kind of meh. Purple against blue, you agree with the turn 4 plot? Yeah. Does make it less likely to experience a counterspell. Depends on... We have seen one blue card from them, so... Like, they could, you know, with this card, they're likely not to be green-black splashing blue. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my thought, Megadan, is that, like, if we can get to... I think we just bottom the Oasis Gardener here. And we just play Paladin on 5. I think they're stuck on 3 lands, too. Okay. Gold pan into a treasure. Very good. I think I have to... Do I have to throw from the saddle here instead of doing the Felidar? You would just play Felidar and pass? What if they have a fight spell? And then I guess they're 1-for-1ing it? Okay, everyone's saying Felidar first? Okay. I would have gone for the more aggressive play against my opponent who has no land. Whoa. Because they're stuck on 3 lands, I want to get them dead before the screw resolves, right? This also leaves me open to the possibility of a fight spell. Like, throw from the saddle of their own. Kills my Felidar. So, if they had something like a 3/3, they wouldn't be able to do that. And it's like, I have to kill the 1/1 anyway. So, but generally developing the board first and then playing your removal later is better. Yeah, I mean, but what's the chance that a bomb actually shows up, right? Saddle 2. So what we're doing here is Keykeeper. Fight the 1/1. Swing for 10. Snoops, you go off of what's open, reading signals and such. Yeah, no, this is key. This is keeper. Yeah, and they're done. So I mean, like that's why like you don't want to hold your removal if you just win, right? I mean, like I get it that you want to hold your removal in case there's a bomb. But we got I think we got kind of lucky on that one that there wasn't a throw from the saddle for their Death Toucher. Because I think the only way they get back into that game is by removing my dude, right? So like if I remove their Death Toucher and then I'm swinging in for 5, they have to play something that negates my 5/4 on their next turn. and then I play Felidar and like maybe it trades. I don't know. I could see it going either way, but it is a good point that usually you want to hold removal as long as possible. But Snoop's so the best color in the set right now is green-white. That's why I've been playing green-white, and you kind of go off of what you open up, right? So one of the things, like the rares are going to go quickly, are going to go first. The uncommons are going to go second, and then the commons are going to go third, right? So generally, you want to try to prioritize your rare that you open up in pack 1 if it's good, and then in pack 2, you've kind of hopefully established a lane by pack 2, but you can wait to establish a lane until like as late as pack 2 pick 4 if you want to. But it will decrease the overall power of your deck. So this one we don't have white. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 sources of white though. So we have a 42% chance of hitting it by turn 3. I don't think this is a keeper. Or is it higher than 42? Is that for 8? I can never remember, like, for 8 sources versus 9. It's still like a coin flip that we get it by turn 3. So I'm going to mulligan here. Okay. So now we've got a turn 2, turn 4, probably put Betrayal back. All right. Now we could offset our turn, and I guess we could plot this and hold up the Snakeskin Veil because it's a card, and then that way we can also protect. I'm not sure that holding up the Snakeskin Veil really matters. Here again, tempo versus card draw, and the card draw only really matters if we. The card draw only matters if we are able to hit this anyway. I think I'm just going to play this out as a 3-3. And then next turn, either play the Beaver or hold up the double combat trick. Send the 3-3 because I don't want to use a combat trick. We could threaten and maybe they wouldn't, but I think they would just block it to get the card out, right? So 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. This would be then your classic time to play removal on turn 5. And that's kind of why you shoot to have 5 things of non-creature spells in your deck so that you can hit at least 1 by turn 5. I guess I saddle it. Let's see, if they go for a multiple block, it's pretty good because we can take up the shield. This can only tap non-mounts. I could also just make it so they can't multiple block. I think we save that for later, though. And I guess I could attack with the 3-3 as well. Oh yeah, sorry, last game I did win. I think I like this the most. Alright. Now, if they play a non-mount, we can tap it at end of turn. we've got Snakeskin Veil if they go for removal. Return one from your graveyard, return the other to your hand. Okay. Maybe I should have done the Snakeskin Veil, because now if they double block this, it dies. Oh, that's why I tap them. Tap the 2/3, because I can't tap the 4/4. I think I'm going to lower the Snakeskin Veil guard here. And just play this out. Offer the trade here. I could plot it and keep up Snakeskin Veil. Flag. At this point, they kind of need an answer for 2 threats, which is why I don't mind putting down the Snakeskin Veil for a turn. We could have used it as a 1-cost combat trick and really applied the tempo, and maybe that would have been better because then they have 3 threats that they need to answer, and we could have plotted this, but then this isn't attacking next turn. Okay, what does Rakdos do? Rakdos, the text. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top of it. Until your next end step, you may play those cards, and mana of any type can be spent to cast those. Sacrifice another creature, Rakdos the Muscle gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it, activate only once each turn. Yeah, well, so that one's pretty easy, right? We just play Miriam, use Miriam to saddle here, tap it. I have something. Oh no, we don't even have, I always think this is 3. Yeah, so we tap that. Yeah, and the Rakdos has the stop, right? Look how many counters we're getting. It's beautiful. Yeah, so they sacrifice it. They got a beaver, okay. Hey, what's up, Wilder? How you doing? See, this is why I have the bot, the welcome message from the bot, because otherwise I miss that Vorpal and Wilder not, because like the names are the same color. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. It's hard, man. Streaming's hard. Trying to play a game and read, chat. But they're in a pickle. We have 3 lethal threats and a tapper. So I don't know what they do here to get back in. They have 8 mana. They could play 2 blockers, but then they're still dead there. If a creature died, they created 2/2. No creature's gonna die. Because we've got Snakeskin Veil, especially. So, I think this should just be game. Yeah. GG. No, I haven't drafted that much. This is like my 7th or 8th draft. I've been busy working on YouTube. Again, no white, but we do have a turn 3, which is like the bare minimum. This could go very poorly. I heard 3 Omega's chat. Congrats on beating Nummy. That's always an exciting time. I've beaten Sam Black twice. Right now, my win rate against Sam Black is positive, which feels really good. All right, we got Grixis, and they're doing a bunch of deserts. Oh, okay, so we've got an option here. We either go fixing for white with the Gardener, or we play the Grizzly. It depends on what our turn 3 it is. Let's see. Grizzly works better if we can get a value off of the throw from the saddle. Yeah, I think we go with Gardener. I'm just thinking when my opponent, when I'm playing against an opponent who's stuck on land, damn it, we can't plot it. Yeah, see, like, we don't have any good turn 4. I guess I get Miriam down. Yeah, so when my opponent's stuck on green, one color, like, this becomes more of a target to kill, too. So I think there is a logic to playing the Drover Grizzly. It applies more pressure as well. We're about to get completely curb stomped, though. Why is it a mute point? Don't you play for anticipating being stuck on land? You're less than 50% to draw land. And there goes Miriam, that sucks. Alright, I think we just need to survive their onslaught. Longer the game goes, I think the more likely we'll be okay. One land there, we could go Drover Grizzly into here. This has already done its thing, though, so we don't need to remove it. I think I just go for plotting the Paladin. Are there 2 Roadrunners and 1 Coyote? We're never going to draw land 4. Sucks. I would like to do the Grizzly. Guess I'm going to flash in, reach for the sky? They are black. Worried about them having a removal. I mean, I could just play a Keykeeper. It's not great. Play a Grizzly. I really want to double spell when I play the Grizzly, so I'm going to hold up Reach and hope for a burn spell. Like, if they use, like, Scorching Shot here, that would be nice. Kind of awkward, though. I could just play the Grizzly out as well. Because, like, if they go for instant speed removal end of turn on Gardener, then I'm going to have to do Reach for the Sky without it being a trick. Aha. Well, we get to save this. Please don't have black removal. Alright, well, that's game. Oh, we found a tap land. All right. Aha, an untapped land, but now we don't need an untapped land. Ooh. Well, throw from the saddle next turn. I don't have a next turn if I block. Then the 5/3 might at least negate something, and if they have a trick here, I'm screwed. So I think I'm going to go with no block. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, you don't play just in pod. You need to play in a tournament if you want the in-pod experience. Okay, well, they've developed a lot of threats. How do we do this? Which one of these things do we want to kill? I think we just kill the 3/3. Servant of the Stinger is kind of scary. Or the unblockable. This negates here, though. Alright, well, they've got exactly what you want. 3 things of removal. 4 if you count the sharpshooter, too. So, this is game. Doesn't block here. As long as they commit a crime, this is unblockable for 2 damage. So... Oh, I've got no good blocks. Good chump block for 2, that feels pretty bad. You don't have a board, this feels pretty dead too. Oh man, Skullduggery to leave me a 1? Mercy. Yeah, so Snoops, you draft on Arena with a certain set of people, and then afterward, your oh, well, this is just game. So you draft with 8 people on Arena, and then you play against everybody on Arena, not just specifically one person. So if you want to play like you do in paper, where you draft with a team of 8 and then you play against those 8, the best way to do that is to join my community draft event on Tuesdays. All right, that one we got a little bit unlucky, getting stuck on 3 green for a while. All right, got, this looks like a good hand. Got Keykeeper and Miriam. Again, need to draw some lands. Lead out with Miriam, or do we lead out with Keykeeper? I think on this hand, I'm just going for the 3/2. And then Keykeeper next turn with the tap land. Because we don't have a turn 3 mount. If we had a turn 3 mount, I might play Miriam on 3, or on 4. All right, land off the top. If we get one more land, we're pretty good because this is a 4-drop, 4-drop, 4-drop. He's stuck on land, then hey, at least we drew a 3-drop. And our opponent's stuck on 2, so, you know, it's a game of screw. Oh, wait, did the... No, it's whenever a mount attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it, okay. Dag nabbit. Let's see, they trade Miriam here. I could just tap them as well, because I'm not doing anything. Not drawing a land there's painful. I think we Keykeeper to tap them on their turn. We have double removal as long as they don't play a mount. Yo, Minus, with the 4 months of support. Thank you for being a Twitch subscriber. Aw, thank you, Minus. Appreciate you. Glad you're part of my community. Hey, Rival, how you doing? 8. I mean, I guess I could let them attack first, and then... Maybe I'm not supposed to let them get the life gain? Because if they play a mount here, then I kind of just let them gain 2 life for no reason. Desperate Bloodseeker is one of my favorite cards. Yeah, it's especially good in the Golgari Abzan, like, green, black, white space. No. In draft, you go for a 40 card deck. So Snoops, since you're new and a friend of the stream, let me hit you up with some knowledge, okay? Just here's some pointers. The quick 1-2, right? Okay. First off, it's a 40 card deck. If you want to play 40 cards because then it increases your chances of drawing your good cards, right? Generally, you're looking to minimize the amount of filler in your deck, and so the more that you get on towards 60 cards, the more likely that you'll have to bring in filler. There are exceptions. There are companions that you can play 60 cards like Yorion and get boons for, but like let's treat that as advanced knowledge, right? So yeah, you're shooting for consistency. So generally, what you're looking for, just like loosely, right, is don't neglect the amount of 2-drops that you have. Your typical, like, the average build overall, right, is 7 2-drops ish, 6 3-drops, and then like 4 4-drops, 2 5-drops, and 1 6-drop ish, you know, and then like a kind of a 2 flex spots that are either like 1-drops or like they kind of move around there. Generally, you want your total creature count to be at least 15, and then you want your non-creature spells to be at least 5, because 5 gives you an 80% chance to hit 1 piece of removal by turn 5. 80% chance to get 1 if you have 5 of them. So generally you're looking for 5 things of removal, and then the typical build is 3 non-removal, but you could also run 8 removal if you want to. It's just hard to get 8 removal. So usually you have 8 non-creature spells and 15 creatures is kind of the base norm. And then if you're playing a more creature-centric strategy, then you're going to up the number of creatures. And if you're playing, there are exceptions. Again, this is kind of more advanced, but if you are playing like a spell slinger deck that has really good card draw, then you can kind of make exceptions to the rule, and you can drop the number of creatures that you had. Yeah, so if you go to my YouTube, there at the very, very bottom of my YouTube is Discover the Formula of Magic the Gathering, and it talks a lot about the chances of what are the chances you're going to draw X amount of cards by turn Y, and why this kind of develops your typical curve out for Magic the Gathering. And then a little bit of like an aggro build, which is usually more applied for constructed, because you need a lot of really good 1-drops, and not every set has a lot of really good 1-drops for like a hyper aggro deck. And then kind of talks about why 17 lands is the default number of lands. Some people like 16 as a default in best of one, and again, I go into that. It depends on whether or not you prefer flooding out on the draw, or if you prefer getting screwed on 3 lands on the play. So that's kind of the give and take between 16 and 17 lands. I, tried to make it into a useful resource, and it's down at the beginner's guide. And anybody who's new to draft, that's like my first recommendation is go listen to my video. I know the audio is a little bit rough because I didn't have a good mic back then, but the information there is useful, especially if you're new to draft. So, but yeah, basically 15 creatures, 8 non-creature spells, 5 of them are as removal. Try to get around 7 2-drops, mostly creatures, and then a little bit less 3-drops. 4 4-drops is a pretty easy one to remember. And then I like 2 5-drops and 2 6-drops, somewhere around there, like 8-ish, 4 mana value or more cards, 8 total. Some sets like this one is a little bit slower, where I like to extend that number. So like right now you can see I'm running 9, and things fluctuate between the formats and will change over time. But yeah, and generally, like, the ideal deck is going to follow all of the rules. The average deck is going to break some rules, right? So like, for example, this deck is running 2 pieces of removal. So that number should be 5. Am I going to get away with it because of card quality? Maybe, right? Yeah, so I have a very specific strategy that's based off of statistics, and I like to lean on math. Others don't, and there's many different ways to Magic. It's not like there is a right and wrong. But I do think that for the majority of players, there is kind of a reason why 15 creatures is the norm, and why 17 lands is the norm. Just because for the average deck, it works out well for most people. Yeah, Isaiah, I've come up way up. I'm running 2 copies right now of the Flash 3/2 Reach. Hey, Rival95, thank you for the follow. Welcome to my community. Yeah, and then the other thing too that kind of makes things a little bit more complicated is card draw. Right? Because then it changes how many cards you're going to see by what turn. And so you can usually get away with a lower number of creatures and a lower number of lands the more that your deck is drawing. All right, so we've got green-white. We've got a 2-drop. Generally, for things I consider to mulligan is if you don't have anything that you're doing by turn 3. I tend to mulligan very little. And so because we have a turn 2 play, I think this is doable. And now it has a turn 3 play, and we're gravy. Oh, glad to hear it, Rival. $17 creatures is a good number, right? If that 15 creatures is like generally as low as you want to go. All right, so we have an option to play a 3/3 or a 2/2 that ramps. I could plot this. If we had a 4-power toughness creature on turn 3, then sure. Okay, they are ramping super. Like, look at this. They've got a taps for 1 color, taps for 1 color. I'm scared. All right, so I'm going. Yeah, and generally, the more aggro you are, the more number of threats you're running, the faster the game's going to go. Right? The more number of 2-drops. There are exceptions. But like 17 creatures and 6 interaction is like a classic aggro strategy. Whoop. Gosh. I need to unbind my spacebar so I don't accidentally skip my turn by flailing about. Okay, so do we play a 3-3 or do we play here? I think we're going to quickly fall behind. So I think I like drawing with the Beastcaster. I think I offer this trade and then play a Gardener of my own. Okay. That's good. That means they're not like ramping to something like a 6-drop. Crash? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, the tips work for sealed as well. Okay, now we have 5 lands. Why did I play the Gardener? Right, they've got five mana pass, huh? Sketchy. They use a combat trick on my Gardener, that's fine. And if they counterspell Beaver, it's okay. Wow, it legit just 5 mana passed, okay. I'm scared. Are they missing it? They're not missing a color. And they didn't plot here first. What the hell is going on? I'm guessing that we get them pretty good with Reach for the Sky. Oh, but I can't saddle? Alright, so this gives me a total of 6 mana. I think I just go for playing this. Use this to saddle here. Don't have a counterspell. Pretty please, thank you. All right. 2 for 1. I can live with a 2 for 1. Yeah, so the other thing too is that the slower your deck is going, so like if you're running a control deck, you need 8. You need 8 pieces of removal. If you're planning on winning like turn 12, turn 13, turn 14, right? Like the longer your strategy is, the more you need to prioritize removal. You can run 0 removal if your plan is just to be super aggressive, right? Like in Phyrexial will be 1 was kind of a minimal amount of removal. You mean like I'm doing right now, Merc? Who needs removal? All right, saddle 2. All right. This leaves up Reach for the Sky as well. I don't know what they're doing. They're like they have all of these mana producers with no big bombs. I'm so happy I got that 1 green source over here. All right, here we go. Are they gonna bounce my dude? And they could Merc. They could have Villainous Wealth. They're not doing anything. Oh, you know what? If I'd played out the Keykeeper, then I would have gotten the +1/+1 earlier. Is this a Wrath situation? What's going on? This just gets bounced. I think I'm okay with not holding up Reach. I should have played this first. I missed a +1/+1 counter on it. That's fine. I'm nervous though. I'm nervous. Okay. It's a big boy. 1 green. 1 green. They could have, they could have Snakeskin Veil. I still think it's worth trying. Oh, nice. Baller. I think in this situation we just turn them left. I don't think I need the reach for the sky. But yeah, Isaiah, this was the card that I was talking about. I've come up on this one. Flash, 3/2, has reach. You get it, it's card neutral if it dies. I've liked this a little bit more than I did at the beginning. And because I feel like the flyers have been pretty important for blue-white. So there you go. A nice 4-1, which is if you always get a 4-1, then you can draft infinitely. Because the amount of gems that you get back from the average amount of rares covers your fee, your entrance. Once you are set complete, once you've collected all of the rares in the set, a 4-1 lets you go infinite. So or 4-3. So 4 wins is really your priority. And if you want to follow basically what I've been doing, my strategy is on YouTube. I covered green-white mounts, Celestia mounts, as well as Golgari will be out tonight. That's pretty much all I've been playing. So No Rares Required is my kind of like my podcast for helping people out on draft. Yeah, that is the trick though too. But you have Take Up the Shield and you have Snakeskin Veil, like especially when you have these cards to make sure that it doesn't get 2-for-1'd. I feel like it becomes a little bit better. Again, this one I'm keeping because I've got a turn 2 play. It's not super great because it's turn 2, turn 4, turn 6. But hopefully we draw into some other stuff here. Oh, we're up against Jet's dad. Wait a second. Hello! Hello, beautiful person. I know Jet's dad. They're gonna be hard here. Man, this one comes up a lot. Isaiah, what do you think? I want to know your opinion. How often do you plot this? Yeah, I feel like I plot this on turn 2 if I have a 4 power 3-drop. I don't feel like I plot it here. Yeah, the more that you... Yes, Snoops. Not so. First off, it's ranked, so the games are going to get harder. Yeah, that one's a tricky one. I don't know if it's right to plot there because we have the giant beaver. If I hit a land, all right. So could have had a 4-drop here. Yeah, and the other thing is if you're 0 and 2, you'll notice you'll have a notably easier game. Kind of tempted to Take Up the Shield here. Guess I just let him trade. Slam Beaver. Saddle 3 though. I can't saddle it with the Keykeeper. Yeah, right. And like going 7-0 is harder, right? Like you'll notice that your 7th win battle is up against, ideally, is up against another person who's also at 7 wins. So they try to match you based off of what your current record is. It's not a perfect system. And then generally you want to play threats to the board before you play removal. Hold on to these combat tricks for as long as I can. Oh, joy! They have Oko.
Expecting a fair fight. I'd like you to meet a dear friend of mine.
That's a good card.
This will make things more exciting.
I could go take up the shield. Let's see. Reach gives +3/+2, which goes to 6. That lines up nicely here if they go for the multiple block. I think I just plan on playing Reach next turn. Ooh, baby, we're gonna reset the board state. Oh! They got Snakeskin Veil? They have a Snakeskin Veil, then it trades 2 for 2. But we're still killing Oko. Oh, no. All right. I haven't played against the 3-mana one. I've only played against the 4-mana one. So I feel like this one is more common, but that's my bias. All right, Jet's dad. You gonna chump block with that Oko? Gotcha. Oh, okay. What's throw from the saddle? Ah, geez. I go for lethal here. This is scary. This is absolutely scary. So if I attack with both, I guarantee Oko's death. Then this dies. Eladar is great just to develop the board here, but then they could fight it with something they're going to slam down, and that would suck. I feel like we got to get rid of Oko. And then hold up, take up the shield here, right?
In my wake.
Guess it gives them 2 things that they have to remove. I'm just trying to protect this. I get a card draw if it does die. I'll go with this. We got options. Okay, so I could have played it and then saddled to give this +1/+1. There we go. Merc with the answers with the stats. Let's go. What? Oh. We've got our own reach for the sky. Or it's a bluff. I want to do the Gold Vein Hydra. Actually, wait. We do the Gold Vein Hydra for 3. Use it to saddle. Still hold up, take up the shield. Counter spell. All right, GG Jets dad. Hey, what's up, Jets dad? Yeah, good games, man. I was debating about whether or not you were gonna slam something gnarly when I played that Felidar. I couldn't tell if I should keep up the take up the shield because I was worried that you were gonna get rid of my beaver. Oh, yeah, and you flooded. Well, good games, man. Always fun to play. Well, I'm not sure I said hello, Jaeger. Hope you're having a good day. All right, so I don't like keeping this hand. I don't have anything until turn 4. That's just too slow. So I'm going to go with Mulligan. All right. Now we got a turn 2, turn 3. Take up the shield. That's pretty good. Probably put back a forest. Oh, you made your own luck into 2 forests as well? Ah, gotcha, Jets. That's unfortunate. All right, Stubborn Burrow Fiend. We're up against Green-White. Got a name like Nintendo Freak, you know it's good quality. No one defeats the Nintendo Freak. Okay, get some land there. Do you think I'm going to Goldvein Hydra for 2 here? Because we can take up the shield later. It's not great. Yeah, and then we got lucky on their mills on that land, because if they'd hit like 4 creatures, this could be a 6/6, right? Like, it could be very spicy. Five. Okay. I think I might block that one because it gives me 2 treasures following turn. And then we can slam a 4/7 and hopefully they don't have like tether. I don't see how else we're getting into this. Like, it's negated by the 3/3. All right, I got my strategy. Could also just slam Paladin. Only hexproof on my turn. And this is where the lack of interaction is really coming back to bite me, because Burrow Fiend needs to die when it's not saddled. I could have also plotted the Paladin and held up Take Up the Shield. Kind of felt like I was going to die. And then they're going to fight spell the Felidar. I think this is just theirs. Savage Smash. Yeah. Kind of looking like game. Wow. So 13 damage, they put me to 3. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, I feel like this has happened a fair amount in this set too, where like there wasn't much that I could do. I kind of just watched my opponent steamroll me. If I'd had one more mana, I would have been able to play the paladin and hold up, take up the shield, and maybe that would have been okay. All right, we're on to our final life. How's your day going, Funder? Yeah. Thanks. I mean, just from a design perspective, if you're gonna play if you're gonna put out an abnormally high number of haymakers that need to be answered by removal, then why would you also put out Take Up the Shield and Snakeskin Veil at common, which negates the you're losing the value game when somebody does that in response to your removal, right? So I don't, it's interesting, but it's also frustrating. Like there's some games where you're just like, well, scoop them up, and Magic's like that. But daughter has a cold and your car window motor broke. Dude, mine's been hanging on by like a thread. It's one of those, like, one window's fine, the other one feels like a soft breeze would do it in. All right, Jarrow, go here and play Keykeeper, and then go Grizzly into Hydra on 4. Saddle 1. Okay. All right, what do we have? We're Esper, and get to destroy them. Actually, do we wait to play Hydra for an even larger amount? You have blue. Hate to get it counterspelled. I could play the Hydra and attack with the Grizzly and the Hydra, but then they multiple block the Hydra, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. So that feels bad. I guess I'm trading Grizzly here. I could tap their Gardener and attack. Hold up, take up the shield. That's probably it. Oh no, Snoops. Sorry to hear that. What did you end up in? And welcome, Strahd. Hope you're having a good day. That was a tempo negative turn. Yeah, I would, playing Hydra, if it was a 2-for-1, then sure. But the fact that it would just trade down doesn't feel right. Hey, what's up, Dom? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. As you can see, we're still in green-white. It's not overdrafted yet. It's starting to feel a little, I'm starting to feel a little bit less pressure. Get wrecked. All right. Now we Hydra for 4. Swing. could leave back the 2/2, but then that means they're not soaking up the damage. Nice, Dawn. I wish you luck. I wish you all of the trophies. Avoid the 0/3s, as we talked about last night. No! Hypothesis! All right. Thank you. It's a good quote, Shock. It's a good one. Stand by it. It's good advice. All right. We can do the Keykeeper. Oh no, Bonnie Paul, why? This becomes a 7/6. What do you mean? I'm tapping it right now. They're close to dead. I don't understand what the upkeep comment's about. Tap their Gardener? So that they didn't have the green source. Ah, I gotcha, Funder. Dude, that's some next level play. I'm not sure I'm ready for that sort of nonsense. Oh, wait, we can also reach for the sky. Oh, we put him to 2? Bounding Felidar. 6. Grit. When in doubt, put your opponent to 2. Yeah, they definitely can't afford to attack because we get to tap them. We don't have really great attacks either, though. Okay, Geyser Drake, the reach takes care of that. That's good. And Inventive Wingsmith. Okay, they're releasing the booties. They're doing this strictly for the card draw? So, that blocks there, that blocks there. Yeah, no dice. But we're getting close. We could do Gardener and tap 2 of their things, and then we have lethal, maybe? Yeah, I agree. I think it, because like Felidar is a lethal threat, but so is this. I'm not sure I like that they sacrifice this for a card draw. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1 at random. Oh boy. A 3/1 with Trample and Haste, a 2/1 with Lifelink and Haste, a 1/2 when this creature enters battlefield it deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, and none of that seems particularly scary. I'm going to tap before attackers, right? I might as well tap the 8/8. God, if they hit a land, though, isn't this negative for their board presence? Uh-oh. Hydra's getting bounced. Hey. Boom. 7. That's crazy. All right. So I think they're just dead. Then we can play our whole hand. So let's see if they're dead. Am I missing something? Nope, they're just dead. Okay. Yeah, Snoop, so that's partly why people watch streams to learn how to play, and then, like, you know, people get really into the strategy of it because it's a lot of fun once you're able to do well, right? Once you're like 60% win rate in Mythic, it feels great because then it's not that expensive to draft and you collect all of the cards. But you're doing about 10, you know, you're spending about $10 a draft, so it's an expensive hobby to learn. And they don't have like a phantom draft. So really the best way to do it is draft with your friends, find a community like this where you can do co-op drafts and, like, you know, learn from people. Otherwise, yeah, it's a very expensive hobby. But we made it. We made it to the final boss. Let's see if we can get the trophy. You like making themes? Yeah, well, so you can do like memes with draft, but it's definitely expensive to meme in draft. No. Okay, so we don't have anything until turn 4, so I'm gonna mulligan this one. We could draw into a 2-drop and a 3-drop and be okay, but this does nothing on our board until later. So, ooh, okay, now we've got a turn 2, hopefully draw a land for turn 3, otherwise plot this. We put back the Oasis Gardener or reach for the sky. Turn 2, turn 3, or turn 2, this turn 4. I think I'm going to put back the Oasis Gardener. We get stuck on lands, then we can do, like I said, we can do this and then plot here. It's not ideal, but it'll work in a pinch. Okay, there's our 3. So they went for plotting the beast. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. When you have a turn 3 play where you can get the card draw, that's worth doing. But when you don't have the Drover Grizzly, I don't think you plot this card very often. They probably take this trade, and then I'm using Take Up the Shield to gain 4 and remove something. Doesn't feel great. I think I offer this trade, though. Yeah, it's just 2-drop for 2-drop. They're up on a card. Yeah, well, I have 2 cards because of the mulligan. Oop, splashing blue. Are we going to see another Bonnie Paul? I've seen like 5 Bonnie Pauls and I've done 7 drafts. Well, Ankle Biter is ruining everything. We're gonna have to get that Ankle Biter off the battlefield at some point. We're going Voltron. I think that's my only strategy. Next turn we go reach for the sky and hold up Snakeskin Veil. we play Hydra for 4. I think I like Reach and then Snakeskin Veil. And then after we do that, do Hydra. Okay, Bounding Felidar. I was hoping they were going to use removal there. Oh, they're just racing? Okay. Oh no, and I'm a short one. So what, we Gold Vein here for... Gold Vein for 3? At least gives me a blocker. Dang it. This is where the mulligan hurts. You're gonna gain 3 life. So if they're gonna gain 3 life off of saddling the Felidar. Maybe I should have made it into a 4/4 and just put the shields down. Damn it. No! Our 2 6 drops. Oh, we just... Okay. I'm just dead, aren't I? That's too bad. Oh, man. They blocked the Hydra with the 4/4. Guess that would be just a chump block on here. Maybe they multiple block? I don't know. Let's see how they block. It's really my only hope, right? Alright, it's not ideal, but what else am I doing? Hey, Nitros! Thank you for the, 5 months of support? Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Random Hero, hope you're having a good day. Thank you for the good luck wishes. How can we turn this around? We need to draw land? No, we don't, because we have the treasures now. So we can play Felidar. We might be able to turn this around. Because they haven't had any removal yet. I'm not dead yet. Oh, did they just take it? Oh. Thought maybe they were just gonna take it for a second. Hey, Stab Monty, how you doing? Oh no, bomb! Oh no, bomb. Oh, that's not a good bomb. Railway Brawler. This has been such a roller coaster. Creatures you control with power 4 or greater gain hexproof and indestructible. You may put 2 creatures from your graveyard onto the battlefield. We don't need to do that. Up to 2. I mean, I guess it's cheaper than playing the Felidar. But if I play it pre-combat, then I can saddle. I have a total of 10 mana. So I can do these two modes, the mill and the creatures you control. All right. Oh wait, am I just dead? Did I screw up? Oh no, I did. I punted this, didn't I? I didn't think this through. I thought I had vigilance. What the hell did I just do? Oh no, guys, I'm sorry. I thought this had vigilance. I'm just dead on board now, right? Oh, what was the line? Somebody had the line. Oh, I could have blocked as an instant? Oh, I don't think they attack into an 8/7, a 4/7, and a 5/8, though, right? So what I needed to do was not saddle. Probably just swing here, use this for card draw. Oops. Yeah, no, I screwed this up. Yeah, so what I needed to do was, oh, if I'd even wait, if I'd oh no, wait, I wouldn't have. Damn it, I double punted again. If I hadn't paid for the creatures getting hexproof and indestructible, which didn't matter. If I'd just done the mill, I could have hit a 2-drop and played the 2-drop to block. All right. I screwed that one up, guys. My bad. It's all right. I haven't trophied yet. I've gotten 2 6/3s, and part of it's because I punt like that. Oh, hey, Pachiro. GG's, man. Your 5-color rampage? Yeah, that was, wait, you were mythic 92%, right?